There was a time when Steel City Raceway hosted the final round of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship, and hence there's been a whole lot of championship history soaked into this dirt. But today, it serves as the assist man, the setup man, putting us in position for a great championship finale next week in California. How would it turn out at Steel City? We've got all the coverage coming up from the FMF National on the RaceRex Motocross Show. Next. Boom, we're dropping the RaceRex Motocross Show on you here from Steel City. I would have said booyah, but that's like 3 years ago. Now it's boom. Jason Weigandt here, your host. Next to last round of the Lucas Oil Pro Motocross Championship, the FMF National. 24-point lead for Blake Baggett coming into this first 250 moto, and he starts it the right way by getting the whole shot, but then quickly gets passed by Geico Honda's Justin Barcia. Now, yes, Baggett is not used to getting whole shots. He did not know what to do with it. In fact, before long, he would come under fire from Ken Roczen, Eli Tomac, Marvin Musquin, the 136 of Jesse Nelson. By the beginning of lap 2, Roczen and Tomac had also gotten around Baggett, pushing the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki rider back to fourth. As Tomac went after Roczen for second, the rider to watch was Malcolm Stewart on the JDR KTM. Here he is making a move on Justin Bogle. Mookie was flying, who would move into the number 6 position. Up front, the Honda duo started to hook up. Tomac got around Roczen, then closed the gap on Barcia, while Stewart hung around in 6th, trying to close the gap on Marvin Musquin. At times, Roczen made a charge at the 2 Honda riders in front of him, but Baggett was not a factor. Roczen pulled away from him. Baggett would hold a little bit of a gap over Musquin, who was in 5th. And eventually, we knew the only battle left was the one for the lead, Tomac versus Barcia, and they both needed this moto win badly, considering they're very close in the points. And here goes Tomac to the inside. The 2 riders would battle through the rhythm lane here at Steel City, and by the end, Tomac would be able to power his way around the outside and take the lead from Barcia late. Tomac has been riding incredibly well as of late, and as you can tell by the slow motion clip, he's about to take the first moto win with Barcia in 2nd. 3rd is going to go to Roczen, Baggett 4th. On to moto number 2. Roczen looking for a podium or maybe breaking through to get that elusive first ever overall win. Look at him getting bumped and banged around between Stewart and Baggett into turn 1. Early lead in this one. How about Eli Tomac? Yeah, it's about time he got out front early in one of these motos, and he would quickly establish the lead over Roczen and Barcia. A little bit further back would be Baggett, who would have to work his way forward, although maybe he'd be a little more comfortable doing that. Nice line there by Roczen on the inside. He'd actually kick a rock down the hill there on the right. Barcia has to go to the left to avoid that. Ends up in the slick stuff. Barcia just couldn't find the rhythm in this one. So as Tomac began to pull away from Roczen, Roczen also began to pull away a bit from Barcia. Remember, Roczen held Baggett behind him in Moto 1. If he could do the same thing to Barcia here, he's proving to be a championship spoiler. Here's Baggett battling it out with Marvin Musquin and Justin Bogle to just try to get inside the top 5. Musquin would get Bogle, and then Baggett would have to go around Bogle as well, and he gets him, but it took 2 laps to do it. Bogle doing what he can to defend positions for his teammates. Then finally Baggett would get Musquin as well. That put him into 4th. That's 2 fourth-place finishes on the day for your series points leader. Barcia takes 3rd in this moto. That's good, but not what he wanted. Roczen riding well to put it up on the podium with 3-2 scores on the day. But the big benefactor is Eli Tomac, who goes 1-1 to score maximum points. It was coulda, shoulda, woulda for overall wins the last couple of weeks because Tomac has been fast. But today he finally gets the win. He made up 14 points on Baggett. You know how many points behind he is now? 14. On to the 450s. Ryan Dungey has the title locked up, and he's mad about it? No, he's actually happy. We caught him at a moment of focus. Other riders to watch, Nico Izzi, Christian Craig in this one. Dungey, if you were wondering about his focus after winning the title, focus on this. Putting the number 5 Red Bull KTM into the lead off the start. Believe it or not, Dungey has 7 pole shots this year. That's more than Mike Alessi at this point in the season. Davey Millsap starts 2nd, Bobby Canary, Andrew Short battling. Check out Alessi there trying to make some moves early after an uncharacteristically bad start for him. He would move up to 3rd early on behind Short, who was in the number 2 spot, with Dungey pulling away after a challenge from Short early on. Millsaps and Izzi going at it here for 4th, and Izzi would actually make the pass. Millsaps on the JGR Yamaha, Izzi on the Star Valley Yamaha, but then Izzi would crash while running 4th and go back to 8th. allowing Millsaps to move back into fourth until Josh Grant would get around Millsaps to take fourth place away. Another good ride, battling and ending up just outside the top 10. It's privateer Phil Nicoletti. Tyler Rattray would work his way into the top 10 after a bad start. Jake Weimer would. Brock Tickle out of this one. Had some motor problems. He lost valuable points to that man, Andrew Short, by DNFing that one. So Short now looks like he could be in position to wrap up third place in the series for the year. But you're going to have to watch Moto 2 to see exactly how that all breaks down. No such breakdowns for Dungey. He's got himself another Moto win. Second place going to go to Short. Third to Alessi. Let's go to Moto 2. I know what you're saying. Please, Dungey, don't get a hole shot. Let's make this thing interesting. Well, I got good news for you. Mike Alessi grabs the hole shot, so he and Dungey are now tied again for hole shots on the year, and Dungey does not get a good start at all. It's Josh Grant with a rare good start here on his Jeff Ford Racing Kawasaki, followed by Weimer. Here comes Dungey up to the number 4 position. He would go to work on Weimer. He's riding a Monster Energy Kawasaki. And then the rain would come down to mix things up even more. Dungey would get around Weimer for third, then go after Grant for second. A little bit further back, Tickle got the bike fixed in this one. He's battling it out with Andrew Short. Again, those are valuable championship points. Dungey gets around Grant. He's up to second, and he starts to reel in Alessi. Now, you're probably saying we've seen this happen time and time again. Oh, big trouble here. Andrew Short and Chisholm crash. Short fails to finish. He gives back all the points that he gained on Tickle in Moto 1. Look at this. Uncharacteristic. A bunch of mistakes for Dungey, culminating with this. He goes off the track, and then he gets serious. On the gas, starts closing the gap back up on Alessi. Here's Weimer, who would get around Grant, take over third. Grant's 4-4 finishes would still be enough to get him on the podium. Alessi makes a mistake, twists his ankle, and says, Dungey, you can have it. Dungey's going to take the lead here on the last lap, some bumping and banging around. Yeah, Vince Freeze at the helm of that. Dungey takes the moto victory. Mixed up day here in the results. Dungey, Alessi make it easy. Grant solid, third overall. And you check out the points. Alessi has now clinched second for the series. That battle for third continues to rage. And we're going to send it down to the 6th place finisher today. Real solid. All right, we're going to talk to Nico Izzi here for a little analysis from Steel City, 6th overall today. So take us through it. Feel pretty good?
Yeah, I feel good to be back on the bike. Came back out to Unadilla, got 6th overall there, got 6th here. So I'm pumped, back in action, and just trying to stay healthy. I kind of pushed the limits a little bit too far today, went down pretty good, but out here having fun and glad to be back.
How did you recover from that first moto crash? It was a pretty good one, and you only lost like 2 spots, and you seemed to get close to the pace you had before that.
Yeah, it was pretty tough. It took a lot of energy out of me. Kind of took everything out of me for the rest of the day, really. So, I mean, I just kind of rode around after that and just try to get it flowing, stay on 2 wheels, and just want to go to next year healthy.
And you got some goals here. You got 1 race left, and you want to do something big here.
I want to get a podium, man. I know I can. I got the speed, been qualifying second, you know, third, whatever. So, need a good start, but I've been struggling with those, you know. I seem to wheelie coming out of the hole, and then I get 8 up. So, I don't know. If we can manage to get a good start, I'll be able to run out front with the boys.
Still, though, you've done what you needed to do this year. You have reestablished yourself. Years from now, you're going to look back at 2012 as a huge year for you, I would think.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, considering my last 2 years how it went, it wasn't good at all. So, yeah, this was kind of a little bit of a comeback, and I think next year I can really do some damage.
All right. And will it be on a big bike or a small bike outdoors? What do you think?
Outdoors will be full-time 450 again.
Okay. So what we're learning here is going to pay off next year.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Sounds
So
good.
look for more for Nico Izzi. We'll see you next week. Thanks, man.
All right, thank
Well
you.
done. Catch you at Lake Elsinore. That's your Racer X show.